Hello, everybody, and welcome to Men and John Make a Podcast live reaction to AEW and NXT. We had some technical difficulties uh, before, and with Discord, and that's what we were using. But now we're
Hello,
live.
everybody, and
We figured it out. And all that. And I'm just trying to share this to Twitter real quick. But as I do this, John, it was an interesting night for sure. I mean, it's an interesting night in wrestling. Recently, with all the coronavirus stuff, and it's a tale of two different shows tonight.
yeah, it was it was just weird.
And it's a tale of two different shows.
Um, for sure. I'm sorry, just making sure that the
Yeah, I was hearing. I was like, "Oh God."
yeah. I just wanted to be sure that I was actually being heard this time because for some reason last week I was on mute the whole entire time. So, but yeah, as it was just a very unique show. Definitely. Okay, good. I can be heard. All right. Okay, so uh, I was definitely a little bit surprised at how good that the show was. Because my expectations were just extremely low. Just by watching both SmackDown and a little bit of like Monday Night Raw. Um, on Monday, just empty arena venues are just extremely tough. And like it's just I've always felt that professional wrestling depends so much on the crowd. So without any interaction, I felt was going to be a real challenge. But
It does. And keep in mind, well, for everybody, this is a very unique situation that nobody has ever seen had to deal with. So it's unique on both ways. Nobody knows what's really going on, or what to do, what's the right way to do it. And a lot of people have opinions, but there's, I guess, in this time with it's being so different. Like what do you do? Like there, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason for anything. So you kind of just have to go with the punches, and it is what it is.
I mean, I do like how AEW were thinking a little bit outside of the box. I mean, definitely putting some of the other wrestlers having the babyface wrestlers on one side of the of the barricade and the heels on the other side. Definitely at least brought some energy to the show. It really helped out. I felt because when you're just wrestling in front of like just complete and utter silence, like it just it's really hard to sit through. It's really awkward, but I felt that AEW made great of a really tough situation. So definitely hats off to everyone who worked there. And on top of that, we got some really good stuff. In two really big debuts. So I guess we'll just get right into it.
Well,
So
before we do that, can I just, since it's gonna be like real quick, touch NXT real quick, because
yeah, sure.
uh, so I know NXT didn't have wrestling, and and I guess WWE went this route because I guess this is almost what I told you before the show. My rant would be about,
Hmm.
but trying to calm down, is that so NXT. If you guys live under a rock and didn't watch Twitter this evening, did pretty much like a highlight show. They had superstars just actually talk and explain stuff, which was pretty neat. And what I like in a different aspect, just for them on their own to tell the story, obviously aided by looking in the past and watching past clips. So they started out with Gargano and Ciampa. Both of them were talking, not in the same room, but separate, and spliced that together and explaining the whole journey from beginning, from when they trained, first audition, to obviously right now. And them just talking, explaining, and kind of pushing that story forward without having a regular show. I think was nice. I was watching that more. I was kind of intrigued by that. And then after that, they had a Finn Balor one, pretty much the same thing, and then the Rhea Ripley one. Just going from beginning to end for each of the three groups there, which was pretty interesting. A lot of criticism I heard or I saw on the Twitter machine.
It was pretty. I mean, like honestly, probably the one person I saw who openly praised it was like McFoley. He really liked it. But like I'm more so on the other side of the fence because especially after you see what AEW produced, there's really no reason why NXT can't do something similar to that. I feel.
Well,
And,
here's my theory and my reason. One, the main one, I guess, the health concern, not having the wrestle, not have all those people there.
Mm-hmm.
Two is because now coming up in what it's supposed to come up in 2 weeks or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever takeover is supposed to be. There's no takeover.
No.
So for them, there's what do you do? Like, if you continue the stories, we don't know when the next pay-per-view for them is going to be, right?
Right.
So you're building. If you would continue to build stuff up, could you string this along when you don't even know when the payoff is going to be? Or you would do it during an actual NXT show, but then at the same time, if you do that, you don't know how long you're not going to have any crowds. So for them, it's unprecedented. I think they took the safe way and just like, let's just do this. Let's record some stuff with each person individually. You minimize that. Just do that. Put the video package, and then we go from there. Next week, we can change because who knows what everything's going to be in a week. So I guess they did the safe, conservative approach. Let's do this. We don't know when takeover is going to be. Let's just let's tell a story without wrestling right now. Tell the past and move on. With AEW, they went a little bit more
conventional.
Unconventional, but more I forget the word I'm looking for. Not safe, but
which in my opinion, I think really worked for them. Just I mean, like it's definitely a show that's going to definitely stand out. Once this whole thing with the coronavirus is finally lifted, we finally get back to some form of normalcy, which who knows how long that could be. But as far as like your point there, I mean, like AEW was essentially fighting the same exact battle because honestly, I'm not sure if you were listening, but like their whole build was like where like they weren't sure when the next show was going to be because for all that we know, with the government, they could basically say no, you can't even do what they were doing right there. I mean, like because especially with because I believe a few days ago that Donald Trump made it advised that no more than what 10 people gathered. Yeah. So it's like
AEW is showing you what not to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they took a chance. I mean, like I'm not saying that it was right or the stupid thing to do, but I think that they put on a good show, and that was how I saw it. But as far as what actually happened on here, which I'm kind of surprised that they debuted two really two really important people. The first being the Exalted One has finally been revealed, Matt, and it's formerly Luke Harper, and who's now going by Brody Lee. He was revealed as the leader of the Exalted One, and I really like this promo. Quite frankly, though, I mean, like we didn't see him talk too much in WWE when he was with the Wyatt family, or just when he was even in singles or even in a tag team with Eric Rowan too. So this is going to be a very big spot for him. It's going to kind of prove, like, can he really talk, because for the longest time that's been a real criticism on him, was like people didn't think that he had great promo skills, but I feel like that he definitely served himself well here. Hopefully, this gets some steam behind the Dark Order, because it still remains a problem in actually getting these guys over. And they are the one act on AEW outside of the women's division right now that's just hasn't been able to get over. And as we have seen with AEW, if something is not going to get over, they will pull the plug on it. So this is kind of their last chance, so to say, to try and actually matter. So we'll see how that goes. What do you think about this?
There was pretty much three things. Until the end, two things that I cared about going into the show, and that I cared about as the show went on.
Mhm.
Was one was obviously who the Exalted One was going to be. And so honestly, I was watching the stuff for NXT because I knew you would have Dynamite covered, and quite frankly, the other stuff in the beginning up to that point,
Yeah.
it didn't drag me in as much.
Although MGF,
I
for,
pay see, but I paid attention, but I noticed him. I listened to Cody a little bit
it was
in
hilarious.
the beginning. I kind of paid attention to MGF.
Um, MJF and Sean Spears,
I listened to that.
they were freaking gambling during the matches. It was hilarious.
I listened to that.
Yeah, which I would be perfectly fine every single week if they just had MJF and Sean Spears on the outside, just like talking mad amount of 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 shit every single week. Like, that was great. But yeah, continue what you were going to say, the man.
And I cared about that, but
Mhm.
the matches I was keeping an eye on, but I wasn't really paying attention. Then when the Dark Order came out, the first time, I think, in a live, not a promo,
Mhm.
but but them actually in person, I care about. I turned down NXT.
Mhm.
I turned up my laptop and I listened,
Mhm.
and it pulled me in. It was intriguing and good for the man formerly known as Luke Harper,
Yep.
Brody Lee, or Brody, whatever his name is,
Yep.
uh,
Brody Lee. Yep.
Brody Lee. Which, when people, since I was kind of delayed, since I was watching on the laptop, I saw the name on Twitter before, and I forgot what his name was. I'm like, who is this? I was like, oh God. Then I realized, oh, it's Luke Harper.
Mhm.
So I totally forgot about him and
Mhm.
his contract.
Yep.
But I see there is potential with this.
Yep.
Um, I'm giving it a chance now. It's breathing in, breathing in a fresh new air, if I can speak.
And not to mention too, with Harper specifically, he brings up some added size, and and like a hoss, you could
I
say. Like, it just like kind of to stand out from
I
everyone else on the roster.
I think it brings in some credibility,
Hmm.
because up to this point, what has Dark Order done? Who are the people in it? Do we care about the people in it?
Nope.
I don't like to say Evil Uno. It just sounds like a weird name. It's not intimidating whatsoever. I forgot that was the guy's name. I was like, who the hell? It's like Evil Uno.
It's very. It sounds like a complete comedy.
Evil Uno.
Yeah.
It's I don't
Right.
know what it's. It's like a bad card game. I don't know. It was just weird. But for him being there,
Mhm.
it like brings some legitimacy to the group, and we'll see what happens down the road. The other thing, I was
Yeah.
well, see, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Right. I didn't think so either, man. I didn't think so either.
The other thing, what was the other thing I care about? I can't even remember. Maybe at the end, the last match.
Jurassic Express and
No,
um
no.
it's obviously not with
I
the
think it's probably the last
oh
match.
Archer and
Yes. How can I forget about that? Holy crap!
tremendous. Like,
Jake Roberts still has it.
still has it, and that video, that freaking vignette of Lance Archer made him look like a complete assassin. Like,
That was probably the best thing on that show tonight.
I'm like, that might be my favorite vignette that they have done.
Probably the
to this point, like that right there screams main event player right there. Like, just tremendous how they present that. Lance Archer just looks like an absolute star right there. Like that. I mean, like Jake is going to do so much for Archer just to give him the credibility. Like when they first brought these two guys together, I thought, like, is this really necessary? Just because if anyone has seen Archer, he can talk really well, but I think more so from the credibility standpoint, I think this is going to get over really easily. And man, Jake at like what 65 or whatever can still cut one of the best promos in anywhere. Like, it's just amazing.
right. Yeah, I believe that's an interview segment in in the video package. Best thing on the show.
Yeah.
By far, in my opinion.
And what'd you think about Cody's opening segment promo at the start of the show?
It was I liked it. I mean, Cody's always good on the mic. And I don't know, it kind of just I don't know, it seemed like it got awkward when they just stopped talking and just looked behind and like they can hear. Maybe it's hard for me to hear because I was low on the laptop. It was just like talk.
Also, too,
somebody coming back.
But
it's set up for the main event, so it was good. I didn't really hate it.
And also, too, Matt Jackson just cannot cut promos. Like, dear God, like,
it's a weakness between the Young Bucks.
It just they command no presence. Like, and they were kind of repeating themselves too. I'm like, just short and sweet with these guys. Like it just comes off so phony and so fake. And I am really big fans of these guys, but they are not great promo guys. Kenny and Cody handled themselves well. Hangman, a little entrance at the start there, that was good. But like, I was more surprised that they're continuing with the Blood and Guts show now within the next a few days. That could completely change with the whole outbreak and everything. So yeah, to be continued with that. And you said that there was one other thing, which I would assume would be what happened at the very end of the show.
Yeah. At the end, Inner Circle was cutting a promo on the stage, and then you hear this, like, what the hell is this? And you see the drone and like
Vanguard 1, baby.
there it is.
Vanguard.
There it is.
Zenith has been deleted, you could say, if you guys have been following Matt Hardy's free to delete series. So basically the whole story with that is Matt Jackson said that we got a fifth man, and he was essentially repaying a debt, because if you saw, I believe it was like the first part, when Matt officially left WWE in his free to delete series, he called the Bucks to essentially bury him. So like they buried him, which effectively killed his persona that he deemed as Zenith. So yeah, so like this is going to be a new rendition of like Matt with his broken persona.
Yep.
I mean, like Matt, you saw there. He has like red streaks now in his hair now. Like that's. I wonder if this character is going to be a lot more brutal, which has me really intrigued, to say the least, because from what he was saying in interviews since leaving WWE, this character is so complex and it's so different from anything that he's really has done. So I'm really intrigued to see where this is going to go for Matt. I mean, it's going to get over. Like, there's no question about that. Like, Matt Hardy is freaking Matt Hardy. I mean, you give that guy a freaking canvas, and he will make magic out of it.
He will paint you a Picasso.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens going forward.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, when's Blood and Guts again?
I believe that it's actually next week, unless I heard that wrong. I want to say that it's, but
I'm interested in how that comes off.
Yeah, I mean,
because
and on top of that, they also announced for next week that there's going to be a lumberjack match between Luchasaurus and Wardlow.
Yeah. Screw the 6 feet apart. Screw health. Screw your health. It's not the best thing, you know.
Social
distancing. Screw you. AEW cares not for your rules and for your government regulations.
You are going to be sports entertained,
even if it costs us our health.
Damn right. But
speaking of which, cough, Corona.
Yeah, but
up cough, Corona.
but yeah, guys. Nothing else really to discuss about. We're going to try and save a lot more of our content for our weekly podcast, which I believe we're going to film that, I think, tomorrow.
Yes, we're gonna do. Yeah, I'm sorry. Since I have a sore throat somehow, which was ill-timed, to say the least. Just for the side of caution, so I potentially don't get. Yeah, exactly. John sick, or if he's sick, whatever. Because who knows what could happen between now and tomorrow.
And right, but definitely though, we're definitely ditching Discord. That thing has been a sack of shit, to say the least.
And see, this is why we record, ladies and gentlemen. I can bleep that out.
Mm-hmm. And stay tuned for that. We're going to be covering everything with NFL, with NFL free agency winners, losers, and also we had some big WrestleMania news come be for the shows with NXT and Dynamite.
Got it was actually sports. So man, yeah, like he said, NFL, some WrestleMania updates,
and also
more Corona talk.
Right.
The virus, not the beer, which is crap, by the way. No sponsorship there.
Piss beer.
So we have that, and then anything else that we can find in 24 hours.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's
and like probably with like future episodes too, we're probably are going to be like doing some more like themed episodes just because with everything going on, it's going to be hard to find topics. So we might like I mean, 1 week we might do maybe a like a like review of a past WWF pay per view or something. We're still trying to like figure out other ideas, but stay tuned for that.
this is news to me.
Yeah, yeah. It was just things. It was just things that I was thinking about because obviously without
Conspiracy theories.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Everybody likes a good conspiracy talk.
Everyone loves a good conspiracy talk. Absolutely. And I definitely have
Or
okay.
or Netflix shows. If you continue watching F is for Family,
I have not known, but
oh man,
yeah,
I'm binge watching that now. Hilarious.
yeah. But yeah, guys, I think that will probably do it for this live stream. So thank you for watching, and we will see you later on this week where we will film our next episode of Matt and John Make a Podcast. So stay tuned for that. Matt, send us home.
So, like he said, not much to go, not much to add. Again, thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you Saturday for our next episode, and we'll see what happens after that. So, don't get sick. See you Saturday.